From the Oklahoma newsroom, this is an OU update with Jason Kersey. I'm Jenny Carlson. Jason, the OU wide receiver core got a little thinner over the weekend as we find out that KJ Young, who started a couple games last year, has been dismissed. What do we know at this point about that situation?
Well, it was a violation of team rules, which could really mean anything. We're not exactly sure at this point. But you know, for KJ Young, he's a guy who had a lot of potential. Obviously was able to start a few games last year. I don't think anyone really expected him to jump into that starting role at the beginning of the year, but he did. Of course, by the end of the year, Micaiah Quick had sort of taken over that spot, but he was still playing pretty often. So it's a big hit, especially when OU's trying to transition to this new offense. They're just going to have to keep relying on the new guys, and that's been a problem for the last few years. They have not recruited well at receiver. So much to the point where I think since 2008, the only two that have really become stars have been Sterling Shepard and Kenny Stills. And outside of that, there's been a few role players and then a whole bunch of busts.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, and you bring up the question of depth now and how this will impact the depth at wide receiver. I mean, that's got to be troubling beyond what happened with KJ Young, you know, which again, we don't know details, but that's got to be troubling just from a team perspective.
Well, yeah, especially when they're trying to install this new offense. They're trying to move forward with this, and now they've lost one of their, you know, really one of their more experienced guys, who was returning and was expected to play a big role. So yeah, it definitely hurts.
Who steps into that void potentially?
Well, I think Dede Westbrook, the junior college transfer, was already probably going to step into that starting role. So we'll have to see. I think the other new guys, especially John Humphreys, was here early, came in the spring, so he's going to have an opportunity. Micaiah Quick was hurt some during spring, but he'll obviously be right there as well. So they have a lot of guys. They just don't have a lot of experienced guys, and that's the problem.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.